All right, hello, welcome to Adventures in Lollygagging. We're back tonight. We're playing more Legendinthemist. But before we get started, got to ask Long a very important question. Long, what's your favorite horror movie of all time?
Ooh,
You have 3 seconds.
Steven asked me this, and Magnus, he forced me to say Scream.
Okay, all right. What's your favorite horror game of all time?
I think Resident Evil. Yeah,
that's an excellent choice. Is there a particular one in the series? Because we can talk Resident Evil.
Yeah, one that recent comes to mind is 4. That's pretty solid.
4 is really good.
Yeah. Did you play the DLC?
I didn't play the DLC.
You have to play the DLC.
Really
it's good. The rest of the story.
And you only played to the re-release of it, right?
Yeah, the remakes. I didn't play the originals.
Okay, all right. I remember when the original came out. It was like, what? This is different.
Mm-hmm.
It was really good though. It was really good. I'm a big fan of 2. I remember playing Resident Evil 2 on PlayStation, like OG PlayStation, and like the dog, and like there's that one thing when you're going down the hallway and it breaks through the window. Mm-hmm. It's just and then you play it years later and you realize, why did I get scared at this? Like the graphics on this were so substandard. But yeah, okay, those are great choices. Long, those are excellent choices. Excellent. Jeremy, what's your favorite? What's your favorite horror movie?
I just love John Carpenter's The Thing. Just adore that movie.
That's why you and I are friends. That's why we get along. I'm right there with you. So good. Okay, phenomenal. Do you have a favorite horror video game or game?
There's a couple, but one that really stuck with me from a while back. I wouldn't call it pure horror, but I loved Parasite Eve.
Oh, there you go. That's like isn't that that's the same? Isn't that Square Enix? Mm-hmm. Did they do that?
Yeah, that was also old PS1 era.
Because it had the same kind of like cover art as like the old Final Fantasy games and stuff, but it was like a totally different vibe.
Yep.
Yeah. Right on. Okay. I'm gonna skip Melissa because I'm pretty sure she needs a little bit more time. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go to Kipser. Kipser, what's your favorite horror movie?
It depends, right? Because if we're talking pure horror, I don't watch a lot of pure horror. I do like sunshine and science fiction, psychological horror, right? Versus Cabin in the Woods is comedy horror, right? So like I haven't watched The Thing or a lot of the classic. I know.
What?
Look, I'm
we
almost
can't
as
be
bad.
friends.
I
haven't either,
I understand if this is how it has to go now.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I have to do something really fast. Okay, everything's better now. Oh my god, what? No, I'm just. I gave her the Steven.
Yeah. Someone needs to take power away from you.
I know I have way too much power.
But recently, I really liked Sinners, which I don't think is a hot take at all. Technically horror.
No, it's fantastic. That was a fantastic movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what about game?
That one is harder. I play a lot of horror video games. So I did play probably Resident Evil 4 and the DLC, Maxwell, are both high up there for me as well. I think I was just checking, 69 hours. Max! No, 69 hours in Resident Evil 4.
Nice.
Thank you.
Excellent.
Thank you. Inscription was also brilliant if you want just like
there you go,
a really different kind of horror experience.
Okay. Excellent. A lot of Resident Evil love going on. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to come down to Melissa. Melissa, you've had a lot of time. What's your favorite horror movie?
So, and horror isn't so much my jam. So, like, I'm going to change up my answer and I'm going to say, like, comedy. So I'm going to go, like, Shaun of the Dead. Just
nice.
I'll take it.
Not
wonderful.
It's a good
straight horror.
It's a good movie.
That's a good movie.
For sure.
And then horror video game, I don't remember the name of it. Like, I don't do scary, like actually scary games.
I just said game. Doesn't have to be a video game. You can just make it a game. Pull one of our 8 billion board games.
One of the ones that it was the like teenagers, like it was a video game on Steam, and it was like walking around and you're like kind of going around the place around the rocks and the caves and like trying to figure out like what happened on like a particular
Oxenfree.
Yeah, Oxenfree. Yeah, that's a good one. I never played the sequel, but I loved Oxenfree. That's a lot of fun.
The sequel didn't get as good reviews.
Yeah.
Well, there you go.
Well, didn't they do wasn't that like a Netflix thing or something? Didn't Netflix make it or some shit? I don't
God, I
know.
hope
It had
gosh.
some weird release.
Also, I remembered
Had some
another
weird
one.
release pattern
Alien
thing.
Isolation was a phenomenal horror video game.
Yeah. It's next. Also sci-fi horror. It's another sci-fi horror.
Got a genre.
Okay. Fantastic.
That's
Well, well, Jeremy and I are on the same page when it comes to best horror movie. Like The Thing is just hands down. Like it's probably my favorite movie, let alone horror movie. Like it's just that good. And then like plenty of video games. Resident Evil is a really good pull. I think Alien Isolation is a great pull. I'll reference what's it called? A board game, and we'll talk about like Little Mansions of Madness. I'm surprised Melissa didn't say this. This is shocking. I'm also a little hurt that Long didn't say this either because he's played it too.
If Derek were here, Derek would have said that.
Derek would have said it for sure.
For
Like,
sure.
Derek, if this is a Tuesday question, he would have mentioned Mansions of Madness because we played it a ton. So anyhow, I just figure, hey, it's Halloween. It's Halloween season. Let's do it.
So from chat, we also have Friday the 13th on NES.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
And I see Alien Earthlove. Right on. I think of other
Silent Hill
horror
2.
games
I see
I've played.
Jeremy dropped in
God.
chat.
Silent Hill.
Silent
How do we
Hill
forget Silent Hill?
Silent Hill's
Yeah.
good.
So
Soma's
creepy.
really good.
Soma's so good.
Soma's
Yeah.
so good.
Soma's a really good game. Soma's just a really good game, like let alone a horror game.
Yeah.
Just a good game. Awesome story. Amnesia. You ever play the OG Amnesia movies?
Yeah, it's been a while.
So like, yeah, I remember there were 4 of us that tried to play it. So we were going to do a thing. It's a solo game, but we were going to play, me and a few other friends, we were going to play it all at the same time, and so we were going to play together over voice, each of us by ourselves. We get one door opens on its own, and our buddy Justin, who's been on the channel before, he nopes out. He quits. He's like, "Nope, I'm done," and then he like disconnects. Literally, all that happened is a door opened on its own.
That
That's
would be
it.
me.
Quit.
This is why I don't play those games. Like that would be
So
all it would
ridiculous.
take.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I never played the second one. The second one was like the one with the pig guy.
Yeah, it was.
And then I think
yeah.
there was a third one that came out.
Okay.
Machine
recently.
of Pigs, and then
Yeah.
there was a third one. I can't remember the name.
Yeah. I don't remember. Anyhow, well, that was fun.
Yeah.
You guys want to play some games?
Yeah.
We're good to
Yes,
go.
yes,
I don't think
yes.
it's going to be a horror game today. I mean,
No.
you guys fought a demon last time, so I feel like we did our horror a week early.
Mhm.
But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I don't know. Who knows? Maybe Oswald comes back and we have like an Alfred Hitchcock thing, and there's just birds everywhere.
Oh dear.
Oh no.
Who knows?
I've made a huge mistake. Don't feed them.
Okay.
You should not offend the bird.
Don't feed Oswald. Yeah, it's like a gremlin thing. All right. So last time around, we were in the mines of Tor Hollow, which is a mining town south of your own village, and you encountered basically a demonic creature that was called a Kuthral. Snaggletooth, Kick, two of you kind of had a combo idea that you had planned. You had gotten some like concrete dust and such from some of the miners, Snaggletooth, and then Kick was kind of carrying some barrels of water, and the two of you combined those things, threw it up at this weird swirling creature, and effectively took away its like incorporeal tag, so that it made it something that you could actually affect. Lloyd, Morgan, the two of you were focusing on these 2 miners that had been captured and looked like they were suffering some kind of weird sacrificial ritual. Lloyd basically like freaking parkoured in like lunatic Spider-Man style and just like took one of them away, no problem. Morgan did not do that. Morgan stumbled a little bit, but eventually got out. There was a fire aura it had that was burning you. There were some claws that were getting you as well. And at one point, there are all these little broken runic columns that started to glow at some point. And Snaggletooth, you got the feeling that something bad was going to happen if they did. So you started breaking them and biting them. A few of them still stayed intact, but you got most of them. You got half of them down during the fight. And then once you got the second miner, you all fled. You guys didn't try to like just kill the thing. You just ran. And the thing chased after you. There's a big old fire blast at one point, and 3 of you, everyone but Lloyd, was injured by this demon. And you got a brand of some kind on your body that is still with you. You decided to lure out that mole bear that you encountered to see if that could slow it down. So Lloyd, you went in there, lured it out. And then while you all were climbing up the shaft to the upper levels of the mine, the 2 of those creatures were fighting and the demon was kicking its ass. And then when you made it out of the mine, there was a big conversation about whether or not they were just going to like wall up the mine and just give up, or actually do something about it. And Snaggletooth talked Aldwin specifically to go back in, take care of this now. Don't leave this as something for your kids to have to take care of later. And so a handful of volunteers went back in, including Kick and Snaggletooth. You found that large shaft as it was kind of climbing up. You dumped a bunch of water and dust down. You effectively turned it into a big old boulder, and eventually the mass became so much that it just plummeted the rest of the way. It managed to grab Aldwin on its way down, though, and so unfortunately Aldwin was perished in that fight. You were able to get down, recover his body, double check to make sure that demon was in fact this inert boulder, and I think Snaggletooth had went down some of the tunnel routes and destroyed the rest of those columns just to be safe. And so then you all returned to the surface, and it was kind of like a somber / celebratory evening, celebrating the life of Aldwin and like what the success that went down in the mine, but also feeling very sad about the loss of their foreman and de facto like mayor of the town. We started in on your rest, your daily rest. Everyone did like one of their 2 camp activities, and then we called it for the night. So let's go ahead and we'll pick up. Let's go ahead and pick up basically right in that area. So let's say this could either be still at night if you want it to be, or it could be in the morning. It's up to you. It's super fluid. So we'll go around one more time. I'm going to start with Lloyd. Lloyd, do you know what your second camp activity would have been?
Yeah, I'm going to do some resting to regain some of my burn tags. I burned a couple while down in the mines.
Okay. So when you rest, you can do once per camp. You can expire some of your statuses and some negative story tags. You can restore some power tags. More severe stuff like some of your physical injuries and things like that, I would say probably have to wait. For you, I'll say your ankle sprain can go away because you had like a light ankle sprain, not like one of the severe attacks like some of the others, but you can get rid of that one. And then what tags do you think you bring back? What tags are you looking to bring back?
Looking at acrobatic agility, sprint. I think those will come back after resting.
Yeah, I think that makes sense, especially if we're saying like your ankle feels better. You're probably more capable of dancing around and running and all that kind of stuff. So, okay. All right. So, and you had gotten everyone had like made rooms for you. Like you either got a room in someone's attic or a spare room or something like that. So everyone has a place to stay. What about Snaggletooth? What's Snaggletooth's second camp activity?
His will probably come in the morning, because I think once he does lay down, he's just out like a rock for many, many hours. But in the morning, I would go with the reflection action, but kind of flavor it as he would want to go try and find, the Fightin' Five, or whatever you want to call the people who did actually step up to go help out. Maybe in particular, he would want to go talk to all of them and thank all of them, but especially like, there were a couple of them that did help carry the stuff up, but then when the demon showed up, they freaked out. And he's kind of worried that would be really hard on somebody to have been brave enough to step up, but then run away, and then you lose this person that was close to you, and basically try and go spend some time with them. Let them know, hey, that job wouldn't get done. You didn't carry the load and do your part, and sometimes, the town got called and only 5 souls stepped up, and you did it. You stepped up, and just because you stepped up to the right thing, and then you maybe stumble, you don't reach exactly the thing like you want, doesn't mean that you don't keep stepping up, but you're going to be somebody this town's going to turn to now that he's gone. And I hope you remember that, and you appreciate the goodness in your own heart and the work that you did. And basically this would be my third improvement in Heart of Gold, and I want to take the new tag of inspire others to help. And basically, by meeting with this person who's maybe feeling a little bit low because they ran away at a pivotal moment, try and remind them to keep stepping up.
Yeah. So I'll say maybe you find somebody in the Stone Lamp, the tavern. Morning comes, people are still kind of sleeping it off. Late starts. No one's really rushing to get into the mines to work today, obviously. And so you find probably one of the older guys, not quite as old as Aldwin, but you find an older man, guy by the name of Hallrick, and you just see he's been like nursing, a beer all day. And when you mention the idea of like this couldn't get been done without you, he'll just kind of look down at his cups and he'll just say, but Aldwin could have made it if I would have
if I would have stuck around, then maybe Aldwin would still be here and the town would be a better off for it. Or maybe if I stuck around, I could have been there to reach out and grab him as he went plummeting down.
And you just see he's getting visually upset.
Regret is
no one really.
It's a hard thing, because the thing is, if you feel it, it means you got a good heart and you care, but it's also a dangerous thing, because it can drag you down and try and keep you from keeping on. And that's the thing that Aldwin would want, is that you keep on keeping on. Right?
When you say it like that, like, you can definitely see like the inner workings of his brain are cycling through.
I suppose that's true, and I suppose that it would be wrong of me to live my life pitying myself instead of doing what Aldwin would have wanted. He wouldn't have wanted that. No. He would want me to help out, to pitch in, to pick up the slack now that he's gone. That's what he wanted.
Town's gonna need you more than ever now.
Yeah, you're right. I think you're right. I think all of us are gonna have to come together. Not one person can fill the shoes of Aldwin, but perhaps all of us can. We work hard together, we can find a way forward. But thank you, Snaggletooth.
Yeah,
was it?
That's right. Man, it sure is good to have met you. What a wonderful town you got here. I'm definitely going to have to come back sometime.
Well, you would be most welcome. If it wasn't for you and your friends, I don't know we'd have a town left.
Well, it's like you said, I'm just one part in a net of people.
Well, you're a very important part, I think. Very important. All of you are.
And he reaches out, kind of pats your shoulder, and the two of you kind of share like a little breakfast drink or something, or some maybe some coffee of some kind comes out, and we'll fade out of that. And we go to Morgan. Morgan, what do you think your second round is here? Your second camp action or activity?
So one of the things with Morgan, one of her weaknesses is Call of the Water. So she's already spent one night sleeping away from the water. So this being kind of the second night in a row, I would say that she was like drinking and kind of doing all of those things. And now she's like restless. So she knows she's not really going to get a good night's sleep. So I would say the second thing that she would do, and I have two directions that I can kind of go with this. Either she had dried some fish before leaving Isfig. So she might, like, while she's awake, just try to like cook something. So, try to make like a fish stew or something like that. The other thing, and I'm guessing this probably isn't really an option, is she would try to do some freshwater fishing. I just feel like geographically she may not be in a close enough place to.
No, for sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
because actually getting near water
yeah.
is what she would want to do. Like, she definitely feels that.
It's a different kind of fishing. Like, it's not like the deep waters of the fjord or out on the sea when you head out there, but there's mountain streams and such. And you can certainly find some stuff out here, find a pond or something like that. No problem.
Then I think that would be what she would lean towards.
Okay. Do you go at night? Do you go during the morning? What do you think?
I would say she tries to sleep, realizes very quickly this is not going to happen, so she does some night fishing.
Okay. Classic night fishing. All right. This has got nothing to do with your action, so you're going to get that no matter what. But so are you doing? I should say, are you doing like? Are you treating this as camp action?
Yeah. So there's camp action, hunt and forage. Like it was either going to be there's something cocoa hearty meal or hunt and forage, but hunt and forage is her preferred.
Okay, so let's go. Do you want to do the roll, or do you want to just take the? Well, actually, you got to put your pool together first. So put together your tags for what your roll would be for this action. So my roll would be, I would say, fisherwoman is probably what it's going to be. The rope is burned until she gets back to Isfig. So I would say it's probably just fisherwoman. I would say I would say honestly, you can probably get your stores of rope back here. Like you're a hero of Tor Hollow. If you need some rope, I'm sure they can give you some rope.
That's
Seeing a reason
awesome.
why not. Okay.
Okay.
So you've
then
got
Fisherwoman and stores of rope.
Anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's those two.
All right. So do you want to roll and go for it that way, or you can do the half? Like, remember, don't forget, like for a camp action, you can just choose to just take half the power and not risk a consequence. It's up to you.
I should have gone for half, but we're playing a TTRPG, so I rolled the dice, and I rolled snake eyes.
Okay. Okay. So this is what happens.
You fished up the sea monster that ate you.
You're outside of town.
By myself.
By yourself.
Fishing.
We just did a horror theme
Night
before
fishing.
this.
Oh god.
And you've got your pole, you got your line. It's different style of fish, and so maybe you're just struggling a little bit with trying to figure out why nothing's biting. So for the second time in a row, it's just stuff's not biting. And then at some point in the night, while you're fishing, you hear the sounds of, I don't know, something like wind just starting to kick up, and like the sounds of something overhead. Like you almost hear the sounds of flapping. Like you look up looking for maybe like a large like mountain bird or something flying past, and then you hear the sounds of this distant like roar or growl that just seems to echo down from above. And you look up at one point, and despite the fact that there's a halfway decent cloud covering tonight, you can see between it some large and dark shadow kind of passes through it at one point. And then you hear at first you think it's like a thunderclap, but you realize something landed up the way from you as you start to see like rocks and things beginning to trickle down the slope. What do you do, Morgan?
So Morgan is attuned to weather. So I would say she kind of hears this, thinks that maybe it's thunder, but like she knows like it doesn't jive for her. Like the sound may not be off and she just feels it. And she knows that like that isn't it. And I would say she tries to very quietly get her rope stuff back. But I'll be fair, she drank the whole first part of this camp. So, she's a bit intoxicated. So she's trying to quietly get her stuff together and slink back. But,
You collect your things and you're trying to quietly slink back, but then you hear the sounds of the wings again. And then you hear the sounds of the wind gushing once more. You hear the sounds of something slamming behind you, and you look back to where you just were at the stream, and you see this large, dark shadow just smashing down into the middle of that stream that you were fishing, throwing things about here and there. And I'm going to say, because you rolled snake eyes, maybe you just break into a run. You just start running.
Mm-hmm.
If you think that's fair,
dropping
everything.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and burn your scaling knife and your stores of rope that you just got back. And not only that, but as you're racing back down the slopes to Tor Hollow, you slip, you fall, you tumble, and we just watch as Morgan goes doof, 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 and your head smashes against a rock, and then everything goes black.
Oh man!
Let's check with Kick.
Thankfully, she's drunk, so she just rolls easily with that. Except for the rock to the head. There's just no way around that.
We'll check in with Kick then. So Kick, is this nighttime? Is this morning time? What do you think?
It is probably the evening. And a quick question. Does it matter between rest and reflect for, because I've got 3 experience on Strong as an Ox, and I know that happens during the rest period or the sojourn / camp period to apply it as
You're fine. Yeah, this whole thing we're doing is like camping and sojourn, so you're fine.
Okay, but is
No,
it
it
specifically
doesn't matter.
attached to rest or reflect?
Not the only thing that reflect does is marking a new checkbox. If
Okay,
you've
yeah.
already marked them all, then
Yes.
that you don't have to worry about.
Okay,
there.
I just was worried that it might be. So she is going to rest, but she doesn't rest well. Most of her time she spends not necessarily sleeping, but being more sitting quietly and staring out the window in the bedroom that she's in at the stars and kind of thinking about the events that had happened and what happened with Aldwin and her loss of him. And she'll kind of doze a little bit, not really be fully conscious, but maybe more meditative around that.
Okay. Excellent. And so you're going to tick a box on which theme then?
Oh, sorry. I know I said it. Okay. I'm going to mark Highlander because that one has loyal to the death. So I'll eventually probably grab that as a tag.
Okay.
But
Gotcha.
yes. And
what
then,
and you had already maxed out Strong as an Ox.
Strong as
so
an
you
Ox.
can improve that theme. So what did you do with that?
I would like to improve. I've debated, and I'm open to hearing a little bit of a vote on this one. Structural weakness or hurling something heavy. Both kind of are what we were doing. So I'm not really sure which would be what we feel. I'm not strongly opinionated on either of these. So I'm just, do we feel structural weakness or hurl something heavy would be like more akin to what we just experienced?
Both feel that honestly.
I know, right?
Like maybe hurl
She breaks
something
things
heavy?
loudly, so I feel like
do.
finding weakness aligns with some of her other stuff. Or on the flip side,
True.
doing the hurling kind of gives you a little more variety.
Yeah, which is also okay. So it's a bit of a coin flip. Jeff, I'm going to flip a coin.
Okay.
Heads or tails, and
Like
which
this.
one? Let's say which one for
Heads is
structural
hurling?
weakness? Heads is hurling.
Yeah, heads
okay.
for hurling. H
I'm
and H.
flipping.
Mhm.
I'm flipping. I got heads, so we're hurling.
Nice.
All right, I'm
Okay.
improving on hurling after all that.
You can also do like a fastball special with like Snaggletooth.
That is
Come on,
true.
just-
I can now do a fastball special, and we can be Colossus and Wolverine.
Ooh.
That
I was
makes me
gonna say
so
that before she
excited.
flipped the coin, but I figured that would just have cinched it.
That
Oh
would
my
have
God.
cinched
It
it
would have.
100%. Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna say then morning will come around. It's overcast, not raining, but it's overcast. And I'll say one by one, all of you, Snaggletooth, you're sitting off to the corner in the stone lamp talking to Halric. Kick, maybe you're just arriving, having come from your meditative state, and then Lloyd, you managed to get some rest. Like, so I think of everybody, you're probably in the best condition. You didn't get one of those brands. You didn't, you didn't really get attacked directly from the thing. Like everybody else got like either burned or slashed at. You managed to avoid a lot of the damage. And so you might be in the best of condition. And when you start to look around, some time is passing inside of the stone lamp. And you notice, Lloyd, Morgan's not there. What does Lloyd do when he notices Morgan's missing?
Morning, everyone. Is anyone seen Morgan?
I know. I just got up myself.
I'll ask around. Hey,
What bedroom was she in?
she's standing here. Have you seen a lady going around? She's this high, wearing this stuff?
So she smells like fish and booze.
Smells like booze,
yeah.
super tan.
Yeah, so we'll say you talk to Nona, who is one of the people that Snaggletooth initially spoke with when you first arrived here, and works here at the Stone Lamp, and she says, "No, I don't think she ever came back here. We gave her the run of the
the storeroom. We even laid out a few sacks to be used as a mattress of sorts, since she never touched her meal. I think at one point she said she was going out to go. She needed something about water, and I said we have plenty of water here. But she said no. I need to feel the smell of it, and it's something or other. I don't know. She asked where a pond.
She would say.
Yeah, for sure.
So I pointed her up to the old bird pond, up western, about, I don't know, half a mile to the west of here.
Is it an easy hike?
Oh, it's not too bad. I think after what you all went through yesterday, this will be easy. Kid stuff for you.
What
I'm
they go looking for?
Probably just fine. Just probably went and do a little night fishing, dipped your toes in the water, and between you and me, she's probably just sleeping it off.
Aye, well, it is time that we headed off anyway. Might as well get our bags and such and head up there.
And so we'll say that's what you do. You get your bags, you get your things. A few people say their goodbyes, much like what happened with Snaggletooth and Ulrich. You're welcomed back. The two miners will catch you before you leave, and as they're the ones specifically that you saved, and the two of them. So that was Fallow and Gainer. Like they'll pull you aside and they'll thank you, and like specifically with you, Kick. Like just any choice minerals. Anytime whatever you need, you just let us know. And they're like, so anytime you want to call in a favor, they say.
I do have a question then. If you happen to keep an eye out, I've heard tale of a stone that falls from the sky. Have you heard of it?
Well, we've heard of it. Sure, yes. Stones that sometimes fall from the sky. You're talking about like the full sky, not like up the mountain way.
Aye, yes. Like from the stars. I'm looking for metal like that, I think.
Star metal? Oh.
Aye.
Well, that is quite a tale. I've heard of that. We've got I heard they were over in Gravel Bay, along the eastern sides of the mountains. There's all sorts of craters.
Oh.
The bogs filled up after a while, but I think I could have sworn that's the tales they tell.
Aye, well then, you've done me my favor. I appreciate the information.
Oh, no, you saved our lives. Just a wee bit of rumor. That in no way repays what you've done for us. So, hey, as far as I'm concerned, we're in your debt for quite some time. Anything you ever need, you just come down here and you let us know, and we'll make sure you get anything you need.
Aye, and Kick will kind of like look uncomfortably to the side and like pretend like they're not there anymore a little bit.
Okay. All right. Okay.
She thought she'd gotten away with it easily.
Yeah. So they're very thankful. You even somebody maybe even goes in for a hug at some point just to say thank you, and it gets very awkward. But eventually, the three of you, you start taking the directions that Norna gave you, and when you get outside of town, suddenly Snaggletooth, you hear caw, caw, and you look up and you see this little tree, very slender tree. And right on one of the branches, there's Oswald, just sitting up there, kind of watching you.
Hey there, buddy.
Like almost like waiting for you.
I saved a bit of my bread. I got a story to tell you.
Swoops down and starts like lands like on your wrist and starts pecking at your palm where the bread is. And then it looks up at you. It's hard to read, probably a crow's face. I'm not sure if facial expressions are an easy thing.
It's like the angle that it tilts its head.
But it's like tilting its head. It's like, caw, caw. And you even see it starts to soften some of its caws to the point where like it almost sounds worried.
Oh, well, we're going to go check on Morgan here, but you picked a good time to go on sabbatical. That was not a cave you wanted to be in. And he'll just rattle off.
Keep talking.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. And so between your own walking and then occasionally Oswald like lifting off, flying and landing somewhere, you all are led to it looks like where Morgan was fishing last night, because you can see her things are strewn about. You can see her bags have been torn asunder. You can see her rope has been frayed. Some of it's in the water. You can see some of it's been torn completely. You can see the earth at the edge of where the stream is has been ruptured in some ways. as if something heavy dropped on top of it and was someone was like either raking it or picking it in some way. And there's no clear signs of Morgan. I think we've established Lloyd as our the closest thing we have to a perception guy. So I'm gonna throw it to Lloyd. What is Lloyd doing?
This looks like Morgan's things. There's her net, her booze. She never leaves that lying around. Morgan, you out here?
No.
You call out, nothing.
She must be nearby.
I will spread out. Let's look around a little.
Okay. We can do it. Let's do a check. This is gonna be a quick outcome. We don't have to track this. Lloyd, I'll say you can lead it because I know you've got more tags, but then Kick and Snaggletooth, the two of you can add a tag to this if you like. There's something that you think helps with like searching around for signs of Morgan.
We're on a mountain, right?
We are on a mountain, absolutely.
Mountaineer. Lloyd, there you go.
There you go.
Things that fall downwards. I know mountains.
Mountains, rocks. Can't help you in a forest, but I can help you up here with this rocks and that rock and this rock over here.
Oh, I'm sorry, there's a tree over there, though, so it's kind of a forest.
Oh, no.
That's my weakness.
Nice. Snaggletooth, do you have one you can give over?
Hard pressed. I feel like not clearly that I can think of. I don't really have any good.
Help those in need?
Yeah, I mean, help those in need. I wasn't sure if that would apply because we're not there with her at the moment. But
I mean, she's missing, so I feel like it's a fair thing. And Lloyd is looking around. He needs help to find her. So I think it makes perfect sense.
Okay,
sure.
Perfect.
Okay, so you got +2 from the two of your allies there, Lloyd. What are you adding to the equation here?
I'll throw in my point out peculiarities. Maybe I can see some things that are noticeable.
I like it. That's 3. Anything else?
Curious about where I went to?
No.
Not really, no.
Not really.
Oh, brutal.
I'm going to roll it.
This is the man who left his uncle with a broken
That's true.
foot.
Maybe his uncle was right all along.
Hey, I got
Maybe he's harboring a dark secret.
Hey.
Okay.
I don't know if it's a secret.
It's true.
You were waiting for this moment the whole time, weren't you?
I still remember that. God, that's such a fun scene. When you find him with the cauldron on him.
Oh, you're all right. I'm going to go on an adventure now.
Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so strong hit. That's a 10. All right, what does that mean? I'll say it means a few things. First, you find tracks. You find what looks like barefoot tracks, and you know that Morgan wouldn't have any shoes on, so that's definitely hers. You also find what looks like it almost looks, for a second, it just looks like a depression in the earth until you realize like it actually has a strange shape, and it looks like a foot or a claw of some kind has like sunk into some of the wetter parts outside the stream, as if there was some large creature that might have been chasing after her. And like, or she might have been fleeing from. But then as you're looking around and you're following the footprints, the human footprints, you notice that there is like a cluster of rocks, and you see there's a tiny little streak of red. And when you move over, you realize there is Morgan tucked in that little, like in a little crevice, this tiny little crevice. And she's a little blood on her face from where she banged her head.
Over here. She's found herself in this little crevice.
Good eyes. Seems she had some drunken escapades last night.
Morgan, it's close to noon. Wakey, wakey.
Oi.
What are you doing all the way out here?
And she immediately grabs her head because she, I imagine, would have quite the splitting.
Get her hands off of that. Maybe split it up.
Yep. All right. Don't poke at it.
And then her eyes will just sort of like dart open. It were flying. It was huge, and it sounded like thunder, and it had so loud, and I just lost my mind and went running, and I think I tripped. I had quite a bit to drink. What else is new? But it was quite. You didn't see anything flying overhead, did you?
I know. You've been missing for hours now, though. I don't think it'd be still here.
Well, at least didn't come to finish me off. But we should
Aye.
be very. We were thinking what might have done that, and kind of referring back to the carcass we had seen earlier. I think we'd solved that mystery.
Yep, probably. I mean, you got a knack for finding the best fishing spots, and that might have just been, you might have just got run off from somebody else's spot. You're too good for your own good.
Well, I just said, oh, that's right. I'm hungry. I think I forgot to eat yesterday.
Well, that just won't do.
Aye, well. Nice. We gotta get moving now, unfortunately. If Snaggletooth has food in his bag, he can share it, but,
Oh, no, I burned that tag. That's what I used to grease myself up.
I was gonna make some fish stew, and then I thought, well, you don't make that with the dried fish, so then I thought I'd go fish some fresh fish and make some stew with that, and oh, damn it, I've lost my knife too. What a bad night.
Yeah, well, Lloyd found some of your goods over down yonder, but if you have dried fish, then you're all good. We'll keep going.
Well, all right, but eyes up. We must be ready for that.
Aye.
Jeff, I imagine I have like a concussed 2 or something along those lines. It's like a something.
Not 2. Let's not go crazy. The concussed 1 is fine.
Okay.
I think we'll say you're concussed 1. I don't want to go all the way to 2 just because you already lost your ability to get good camp action stuff. So that's good enough.
We can't go back to town. They kept trying to hug me.
Well, you were right hero. What else did you expect them to do?
Not hug me.
Well,
Wanted some stern nodding.
Yes.
Well, I understand that's how your folk do it, but I mean, I'm not going to hug you. You're safe from that. But other people, that is how they like to show appreciation, and you did a mighty good turn.
Aye, well, you can eat dried fish, and we'll be on the road then.
Do you want any? Will that just make you feel better?
I had breakfast at the inn before coming to rescue you.
And she unceremoniously just takes all of the dried fish that she had, because this is like dinner and breakfast. Nice. So it's just, And
the innkeeper did refill this flask that you left there, so here you are for that too.
It's like a big old growler.
Yeah.
There's a good friend.
Like,
you are a hero.
Space
no hugging.
Wash
no
down
hugging.
the dried fish.
Oh, there's even that thing where you do kind of like the gross, like sort of like swish it around in your mouth, so you get the combination of the booze and the dried fish.
That sounds like an awful combo to me, but to Morgan, this is comforting to her. So yeah, she's just like, Heads up.
That's disgusting.
What did I say?
I
Heads up. I can't. Oh, I don't want to lift my head in this condition, but if someone can keep an eye out overhead.
Don't worry,
I will do our
Oswald
best.
promised he will.
And Morgan forgets for a second who that is.
Oswald lifts, lands on your shoulder, and then really loudly in your ear, in your concussed head,
Caw-caw! Oh! Caw-caw! Oh!
And then gets back up and flies over and sits on Snaggletooth's shoulder.
Snaggletooth, your friend did that on purpose, I think.
Probably.
Suits you. Suits you.
Snaggletooth, if a crow could have a shit-eating grin, Oswald has a shit-eating grin.
Did he steal a piece of dried fish?
Of all the birds, crows can definitely do a shit-eating grin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So any other lasting business that you guys want to do around Torhall before you head back?
Nah, we're heading out now.
Okay.
They're good. We're done with those people.
Okay. The
Are you
last
sure?
bit of
There
business,
was some-
by the way.
There was some ore we found.
Sorry, go ahead, Long.
We didn't find out what it was.
Wait, now you're curious. Okay. I'm saying we need to be able to warn everyone what it is, and she'll give a description of kind of like what she had seen. Need to.
I
Keep your
warned
eyes
them
peeled.
last time. We told them that there was all sorts of legendary things coming back. If we get back to my forge, we can make some weapons. They can cool their emotional heels for a little bit, so they stop hugging me, and we can come back then.
But we need to warn Isfig. We didn't tell them about this.
That's where we're headed now, right? We're headed home.
Yeah.
It's Fig. Yeah.
Yes.
We're
No, I
in
know.
agreement. We're heading back.
Yes. That's what I said, right?
I-
He's like
I
holding her
may or may
head.
not have had to
think
just look at
Melissa's
the map to
concussed
double
one.
check. Hey, all right, we're off then.
Aye.
Okay. So you head out. The last bit of business, by the way, for the camp action was the fellowship quality time. So at the end, you kind of review your fellowship theme and you see whether or not you guys are upholding your quest. The only real quest you guys have at the start of the game for your fellowship theme, can't remember exactly how I phrased it. It was basically about the idea of just being community helpers, like people together. People work better when they work together, or something like that. So I think we can say that you guys have been doing that very well.
Yeah.
And so you can mark the advancement on your fellowship quest. So because the fellowship tag can advance can advance as well. Was that our doorbell at 7:45 at night? What son of a bitch at 7:45 at night is ringing at my doorbell?
UPS.
Let's find out.
Steven.
Oh my god. Oh no.
All right. So, and the other thing is, every hero can either recover a fellowship theme tag, and you guys did burn a few, or you can create a new relationship tag with another hero with whom they do not have one. So, something to think about. You guys don't have to necessarily come up with on the spot, but if you don't have any connections between each other and you want to establish something, if you think something significant happened between the two of you, that's
I know
another
one.
thing you can do as well.
It's been clearly established that me and Keek are twins.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I knew
When
that.
did you put that down?
Our
Like twins in
Twins.
quotation marks.
Danny DeVito,
Perfect.
Arnold Schwarzenegger,
Yes.
Yep.
twins.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. Okay. All right. So the two of you can go ahead and have that PC connection tag. Essentially, is
Okay.
what it is. Okay. Lloyd or Morgan, did you just want to refresh your fellowship theme tags, or did you want to do something else?
I think maybe just refresh.
Okay.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, because you guys did use improvisers at one point, and I think you used teammates. I did an update to Foundry at some point, so we might have missed tracking it. But
yeah.
I know that you guys. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we'll say with having to go fetch Morgan, you lose a couple hours in the morning, so you don't get like an early dawn start, and so it's maybe mid-morning to late morning by the time you all head out. And I'll say somewhere near near that bridge, maybe just south of the bridge that goes over to the Ghost Meadow, you actually see a bit of smoke on the horizon coming from up ahead, maybe a quarter mile, half a mile up ahead. The eastern mountains, just to the east of you, like that slope up and then slope down into Gravel Bay on the other side. You can definitely see that somewhere in amidst the trees, like there's a bit of smoke coming up. And as you get even a little bit closer, you start to hear the sounds of like cackling laughter, as if there's like somebody there. It's probably like a campfire of some kind. And then you get even closer, and that laughter becomes even louder and starts to cascade down the slope. And you see up ahead, there are 3 individuals that seem to be at this point. This is essentially lunchtime. This is like a noonish time. And you see like 3 individuals sitting around a campfire, kind of amidst of a very loose copse of trees at the base of the slope up into the mountains themselves. You can see they're just kind of cackling around. You don't see any horses, you don't see oxen, you don't see wagons, carts, anything like that. It's just sort of 3 individuals sitting here. What do you all I'm gonna go throw it to Snaggletooth because he's Mr. Personable. What does Snaggletooth want to do in this situation?
He's gonna do what you always do. The smart thing to do when you meet strangers on the road, you say, "Hail and well met."
So as you're logging past, there's this smoke coming up, and you hear the cackling, and then suddenly Snaggletooth says, "Hail and well met," and like instantly the laughter stops, and then 3 heads whip around, and I'll say maybe we're at 50 yards distance, and they all look a little ragged. Like none of them look to be in particularly good clothing. You can see kind of slimy dark hair. Maybe 1 or 2 of them have a wrapping, no hats or anything like that. And you hear a voice call out. It's like,
Who are you?
Oh, my name's Snaggletooth. We're just some folks heading on home. No need to stop if you got a good yarn going on our account. We just being friendly.
Snaggle what?
Tooth. You see, I got this thing. It kind of twists a little bit funny.
and so you see the one that's been shouting back to you. He gets up and he starts kind of sauntering over in your direction. And he's maybe, I don't know, like 5'10" or so. He's not that tall, but decent height. And as he's coming closer, you realize his clothes are they're quite ragged. They're dark. They look like almost kind of greenish and black. Face is sunburned. Hair is like this kind of dark, greasy black. And he's certainly hasn't shaved in quite some time, but doesn't keep a well-kept beard.
What?
And he kind of comes over and he's like,
Oh, that's interesting, because I got one of those too.
and he grins, and you can see he's got like 3 teeth right in the front of his mouth, but like nothing else.
Wait, we just a picture of the 2 of us.
What brings the 1, 2, 4 of you up this way?
Oh man, it's been a doozy of a bunch of days. We're heading on back home. How about you?
We're going home.
Oh, well,
And he kind of looks back, and like there's a woman sitting behind, and she's probably the one with like a head wrap, almost more like a bandana than anything. And she just kind of shakes her head, and then he's like,
we're just out for a stroll.
Aye.
That's you're sitting at the moment though, but good on you. Where are you headed?
kind of looks back again, and she kind of shakes her head.
Up Aberlin way. Yeah. We've got business. Yeah.
He looks back again. She nods, seems to be like she accepts that as the answer.
Insight.
Well, what's so
check.
funny? Was that a joke?
Oh, we were, yeah, there was a joke. It was, just, funny things happening lately. Not sure if you all, have been noticing. Any of you all come from, ever head over to Gravel Bay before?
Can't say I have.
Not of late. What's been going on over there?
Guys know, Constable Bobbins?
And like already the 2 of them behind are like,
Is he a friend of yours?
Oh, no, he's no friend of mine, Snaggletooth.
Okay.
I don't much care for him.
Oh, that's a real
Constable Bobbins. He's got the...
Bobbins.
Well,
Does sound funny, I
it
suppose.
looks over.
oh, I guess you haven't heard then.
Well, out with it. What happened?
Well, half of Gravel Bay just got swallowed on up by the bog. We were walking past on one of the walkways. We looked over. We saw the home of Constable Bobbins. There it was. And then down it went. And then up it went again. And then down it went again. And then up. And then down. And then it didn't come up no more. So you might say, Constable Bobbins. Who's Bobbins?
And like Oliver, they all start like breaking out into wild, uproarious laughter.
Well, that is definitely a play on words and a turn of events. Ooh.
A play on what?
Because your Bobbins was Bobbins. I can.
Oh, yeah.
Good joke.
That's why it's funny.
Yeah, you got a clever mind to go with that beautiful smile there.
Kind of like closes his eyes.
Because we both got the tooth.
Yeah, I thought you might be sassing me there, Snaggletooth.
Not really my nature.
Not sassing me, are you?
Well, sure wouldn't mean to. Say, you all didn't get put out from your own homes from that. Are you doing okay? Do you need a place to rest up, get a meal? Because I'm going to tap it. I do have a weakness of easily exploited.
Oh my god, you're gonna turn another group of baddies into a goodie.
What are you offering there, Snaggletooth?
Well, I can't say it's nothing too fancy, but I'm a homesteader over that way. It'd be a good walk. You know, I ain't gonna lie to you, and it's probably not along the way where you want to go, but got me some fields of crops. You know, you're willing to put in the work to pick your own food. You can eat it. Got a roof you can sleep under. Got a river right nearby you can wash up if you like. It ain't fancy, but, you know, these are hard times.
Well, that sounds awful perfect there, Snaggletooth. I gotta wonder if a fella has a stretch of land like that, why they go leaving it so often. You never know who's gonna come around while you're gone.
Well, that's true. I got lots of family that step on in and, woo, they could be a load of trouble, but what you gonna do? Family's family, right?
Kick at this point is standing behind Snaggletooth and scowling intimidatingly down at him.
And you can tell, like, the other two are still sitting down. Definitely, it seems like the woman with the bandana, like, no check necessary. She's clearly the one that's kind of calling the shots, but this guy's the talker. And then there's another guy sitting next to the other woman, and he's just kind of like playing with a blade. He's just like, you know, doing that classic like sharpening it up, but you know, not like a really long blade. It's more just like a shiv or a knife or some kind. And then they've got like a little fire, and they clearly hunted and roasted something over top of it. One thing you do notice, because I know that you said inside check as a joke before, but one thing you did notice is once or twice, you notice that the woman was drinking out of something like almost like a goblet or a chalice, like this, like far too nice for their clothing and therefore the conditions, like sparkling, and then even hands it over to the one that's like sharpening the knife, and he takes a drink and then hands it back to her. While all this conversation is happening, it's very peculiar because like your instincts, it's pretty clear. Kick, you don't trust anyone. Snaggletooth trust everyone, and like these definitely feel like strange customers for sure. Okay, so what in all of this? What is Morgan? How's Morgan handling this little moment here? What is she up to?
I would say that Morgan honestly is so concerned about kind of being accosted by this creature again that she's like half paying attention to this. She sees that Kick has Snaggletooth's back literally. And so I would say she's just like waiting for a break in the kind of conversation to like make sure that they know that something dangerous is around and they may want to kind of keep their eyes up and about, and making sure that while we're having this chat that we don't have something kind of taking advantage of that. So she's a bit distracted at this time, kind of looking up and around and making sure that there aren't any of those kind of marks anywhere of claw marks or any of that kind of stuff.
Okay. I would say no roll in this moment. Like there's nothing flying overhead. You don't hear the sounds of wings. It's still overcast, but it's bright enough that you can see something, and you don't see anything like that right now. But you're just kind of looking up every so often, maybe checking the slopes of the mountains to the east, but you don't see anything that sort of makes you too concerned just yet. What about you, Lloyd?
I'd be giggling myself about bobbins, and then ask them if they're from Gravel Bay or where they're coming from.
Yeah, we're from there. We, we're trappers. We do a little work out in the swamps. Yeah, a little of this, a little of that, And but we got an errand to run, is all. And you all said you're all farmers? I don't see any carts, don't see any goods, don't see anything like that. So what are you guys up to?
Oh,
We're farmers. That's it.
I mean, you could. My bags
His
are all
head tilts
put
up.
out. I still got some of it mussed up in my fur. I washed out as best I could. It was just this whole thing. There's a demon down in a cave where I had to mush up all the leftover vegetables to squeeze through some cracks, and then that's when I got burned this way. And then after that, she got attacked by maybe a bear or something. I don't know. She fell and bonked her head, and he'll just.
It was a flying creature last night. There's quite a bit of foul. You felt, I'm sure, the other day the rock slides and the earthquake and
Everything's topsy-turvy, you know?
He looks back once more, and like the woman kind of, you could tell like the demeanor as you start to describe, first mentioning a demon and then going into the whole litany of things, right? But they definitely, what caught their attention was like if you describe like something overhead, like they'll look back and they say,
we heard something last night. Coming over the mountains. Something in the sky.
it sounded almost like
Something
thunder,
big.
but it wasn't.
Well, waves make thunder.
But it weren't waves. I know waves. That's where I lay my
Yeah,
head
we're
down.
far away from the sea anyway. No, there ain't no waves down by the bog. But, no, we heard something too. But, I guess it found something better. Because it left us alone.
It chased me for quite a bit. I thought that was going to be the end of me.
You get a good look at it?
A bit, and so she'll describe what she had seen.
Well, Cutter over here.
and he points back to the dude with the knife.
And he saw a tail. Like a really long tail. No. Like just kind of disappear up behind a cleft in the mountains there. Could have sworn he saw something. Like a tail had like a head on the back of it,
What?
But, yeah. Like a really long tail. And at the very end of the tail, there's like a head. Like a big snake's head. Something like that. Is that what you saw?
I don't think I saw that closely, but it definitely had a tail and wings and paws and...
Oh, they're definitely wings. We all heard the wings, and they're all kind of nodding. Cutter's got really good eyes, too.
And he kind of looks up at you and gives you like a wink, Morgan, and then a grin, and you can see again he's missing a few teeth as well.
Well, maybe we saw the same thing. Maybe we saw something different. Lots of weird things out in the wilds these days.
Oh my goodness, you think there's two of them? That's... Oh, I don't think I can take it if there's two of them.
Oh.
Well, there might be two of them, there might be three of them, might be four of them. Who knows? Might not be any of them all. Maybe it was just your mind playing tricks on you.
No, definitely not that. Definitely saw what I saw. So we need to go ahead and get ourselves on back to the coast. Are you looking to come with us and take Snaggletooth up on his very generous offer, or are you going to stay put?
Yeah, newfound friend Snaggletooth.
He kind of looks back again.
Said we can crash in his place. And ain't that right, Snaggle?
That'd be greatly appreciated. But I hate to be a bother. I know this is kind of undue of me to say so, because we just met, but my friend Morgan here, on account of getting chased by that creature, she fell, and she's had a chance to get a nibble, but I can see you've cooked something up, and like I said, I'm glad to trade you some hospitality, but is there any chance you might spare a cooked meal for my friend here? I really hate to put you out, but she had a heck of a night. I know that's maybe rude of me to ask, but would you show her a kindness?
Give me a roll.
Okay.
Just a quick outcome.
Okay. So yeah, I'll tap into the easily exploited. Heart of gold, help those in need, because he is trying to get her something to eat.
I appreciate that the easily exploited is let me hand you the way to exploit me.
Yeah, totally. So that'll put me at a total of a +1.
Like it.
So I rolled a 6, but I did get a +1, which would just barely get me up.
Okay,
to
so it's 7.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we don't got anything fancy, but I guess we could spare a little bit since you're gonna be such a fine host to us, right?
Well, that's my plan.
You know, we got some folks back in Gravel Bay who might be interested. You say you were looking for more people to work the fields. Is that right?
Hey,
Can
helping
get,
hands
we
are
might be able to
happy
get 1 or 2 more.
hands. And I appreciate the world's gone strange, and I hate to hear people are put out. So, what's the purpose of having all that?
Town's put out.
Well, if you think it'll do some good for some folks, then
Yeah, it'll do some good. Yeah, okay.
As long as
All
it's
right,
just
well,
to
yeah,
work
you
the
can have it.
fields and take some rest and respite, everyone gets their chance.
Oh, sure,
chance.
of course. Yeah, we're real good workers. We're real good, ain't that right? Ain't that right, Cutter?
Can I
Kinda like,
check
again,
to see if
looks
I
up.
spot any calluses on their hands?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, if you want to make a check of some kind to try to assess them or something like that, you could do that. Do like a like do a check, and then you could do like a discover action or something like that to ask a couple questions.
Sure.
Do like a tracked outcome with this one.
Yeah, I'm not social. I'm just kind of, I've got gruff. Matching them on that one. Intimidating scowl. Or
If you think you're trying to intimidate them,
no,
do you think you're trying to intimidate them?
Not yet.
Okay.
I'm being
I'll say
more of
hold
a
off
presence.
on
So
that
maybe strong as an ox because I'm just being a
Like
presence.
strong, no strong. Like you recognize.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
But that's
I'll take it.
about it. And then I do have battered and burned. So this is more. No, I don't think that would count. Does twins work in our favor here?
That would be funny.
Your twin is in danger, and you are assessing the risk.
Yeah. You don't
I mean,
you don't
they
have
are
to.
talking about his farm,
Yeah.
and so it does. Yeah, I would take it in this case because you're coming
Hey.
to his.
Hey.
You're looking into this specifically to assess whether or not these people can be trusted to live on Snaggletooth's farm.
Yeah.
They totally can be.
Of course.
Of course.
Yep.
Never
of
judge a
course.
book by its cover.
Sentimentality, probably not for this one. All right. Oops. Oh, nope. All right. Well, there you go. I've got a 6.
Oh gosh. Wow.
I mean, they've definitely looked
Oh,
like they've
I'm
got
sorry.
a.
I got a 7. I accidentally
You
put
got a 7.
twins as a -1, and that's my so it's a
Okay.
Yeah.
It is just
Okay.
barely a success. I'm good to fix that.
So how much power did you have total?
So I rolled a 3 and a
3.
2, and then I would have had a +3.
Okay, so then we were doing a detailed roll, and since you passed, you can essentially spend for some effects here. And so if you want to discover a detail, you can for 1 power you can discover a detail. So the first power, if you want to spend, do they have like calluses on their hands and stuff like that? Very much so.
Okay.
These people very much look like they have scars,
Like
calluses.
they worked in like a prison yard under the sun for a while.
I mean, you definitely would know that Gravel Bay is a place where folks who cause trouble elsewhere are often sent. It's not like it's a prison, but it's definitely a place where the ne'er-do-wells of other nicer places are sent. So that's probably unsurprising. I wouldn't dock you a power for that though. That I think that's something you would already be able to conclude. So then you have like two other power you can spend here if you wanted. Is if there's more details you'd like to try to discover.
Yeah. Also, obviously, calluses, they've obviously had work. They've got a little trio. Do they look like they intend to just rob Snaggletooth? In which case, I probably will not exactly impede them. But do they look like they're more on the thieving side or the murdering
they've made no. It doesn't. I would say the vibe you're getting from them is that like
just sketchy.
Definitely, they're not entirely on the up and up. They're certainly sketchy, but I don't think you're getting like they're gonna murder Snaggletooth.
All right, well then
They're not,
Snaggletooth can learn his
twirling a
lesson
knife
little
on their
bit.
finger.
All right.
Yeah, like the main guy that you're talking to, you can tell he's got like an axe and a knife in his belt and stuff like that, but he's not once gone to them in any way. And the only person who's doing anything with weapons is the one guy, and all he's doing is sharpening it.
All right.
And the woman has been fairly quiet. So
then I will. That's pretty much. Those were my big questions. I'll probably continue to stand and back Snaggletooth up, but I'm not going to impede anything here.
Okay. And so then, since you were asking for food for Morgan, like the guy who is sharpening his knife, he'll stab into like what looks like a chunk of meat, and he'll kind of hold it up by the fire for Morgan to come get.
Oh, hey, thank you.
Some nondescript piece of meat.
Cutter,
come over, you sneeze in his face.
I like you. I like all you. Thank you so much. What a great day to meet y'all.
Much appreciated.
Sure.
I do have another question, but not related to them. I would ask them this. Did you see any weird rocks with any weird symbols that cropped up after any of your bobbin?
Rocks with writing on it.
And she'll like pull out the alphabet and show them the piece of paper. I like these symbols here.
Takes a look at it. He looks over at the woman again, and she just kind of looks down at the ground. And he looks back at you. Nah, I never seen nothing like this in my life.
I don't believe them, but you know.
Morgan.
Oh yeah, you can definitely tell that that they know more than they're letting on. No doubt.
While Morgan is reaching like across the fire for this piece of meat. Oi, thank you much. So gotten that your name is Cutter, and she'll look directly at this woman. Name's Morgan. If we're going to be traveling companions, can I get your name?
My name?
Yes.
I'm Adamich. The talkative one's Taffy. And that's Cutter.
What was your name again?
Adamich.
Like the place under the roof?
That helps you remember it.
Oh, nice to meet you. Morgan, met Snaggletooth, tall one's Kick, and the red-hatted one is Lloyd.
Charmed, I'm sure.
You can see, unlike the other two, she's got like she's got teeth, like all of her teeth are there. She does look like she's got some scars here, and she's put some work in and everything, but like she looks to be in a little better state than these two ragamuffins.
You're up for a farm, Snaggletooth's farm. And she's looking at the woman.
Sure. I don't mind getting my hands dirty ever so often.
I'm a fisherwoman, if that's a bit more your speed.
I've been known to fish. We've all fished a bit. Yes. Have you ever been out on the boats in the sea?
I've got a boat, actually. It's what I do. And she doesn't actually own a boat. She shares a boat, but she's going to say that she has a boat.
You've got a boat, do you? That's interesting.
I've use of a boat. Not like free and clear mine, but I've used of one.
Is there a difference? Oh.
Well, yeah, you don't go taking something that's not yours.
Well, of course. Who would do something like that? Well, I'll tell you what, Morgan, was it? I would love for you to take us out on the boat sometime, if that would be something you were interested in.
First step of getting out of the boat is getting up from this fire. She kind of puts a hand out to kind of get them up and moving so that we can get home.
Well, they gave you food to eat.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
If you don't want to eat the food.
Oh, no, she's been
fine.
eating while she's talking. And
all right. If you want to get up and go, yeah, they'll get up and go. We'll douse the fire. Get ready to leave. Sure.
Kind of just testing to make sure looks seeing what there is to see as she gets up and moves about. Like if she seems, because the other one seemed a bit like working folk, and so I'm kind of trying to get a
well, they're all
beat on
dressed
her.
in rags. I mean, just remember, like, where you guys are in the world. You don't know anyone who's not a working folk. Like everyone, like at the worst person around here is just lazy, right? Or like the news crier, something like that. But you guys live in a very rustic place, and so like there isn't really anyone around here that probably doesn't know how to get their hands dirty in one way or the other. It's just a question of how often they do and in what manner they do it, right? So like you don't really have any like city folk, like that's not really a thing in this region. But yeah, I mean, she'll get up, she'll shake your hand, and like you definitely feel some calluses, and you can see that she's got a long arm comes out from underneath this like this sort of rags, this that kind of flabby tunic kind of thing. She shakes your hand, you can see sinewy arm. You can see this like tangle of tattoos that starts to wrap up her arm as well, and then she kind of covers it back up, and you can also see she takes that chalice and she tucks it into one of her pouches. As she gets up and everyone's like getting ready, and Cutter is like throwing dirt and stuff over top of the fire and everything like that. So like they're ready to go if you are.
Great that you're coming along. You're gonna love Isvig. It's the greatest place for
Am I?
know. We just at Tor Hollow,
Never
but
been to Isvig.
nothing like Isvig.
Oh, we've been down in the mining town before. Not a bad place. Kind of dull, but they don't really let us up in Isvig much anymore. You say, we're ne'er-do-wells or something like that. That's fine. Is that where you live? You live outside Isvig, you said?
Yeah, it's where we call home.
Snaggle? Yeah. Oh, how nice for you all. I guess we're going to call it home for a little while, too.
That's delightful. Y'all deserve a chance to get back on your feet. I'm sorry to hear you've been put out by all these recent difficulties.
We don't need your pity, Snaggletooth. It's just, we're going to earn our keep, you said, right?
That's right. Ain't no
offer
pity
us
here.
home. We're going to work.
Fair work, fair food. Why not?
We'll put in a good word for you. You can have your seat at the tavern after a long day's work.
Okay.
They got a good brew there,
real
too.
Nice. You're all very friendly people, If we are acting kind of strange, it's just because there's not many friendly people where we're from.
Well, that's too
Everyone's
bad.
Well, you can't really trust anyone over in Gravel Bay, You know what they say.
Don't know what they say.
They say you can't really trust anyone over in Gravel Bay.
And he like slaps Lloyd in the back as Lloyd starts laughing. And he's like,
he gets it.
Just like my uncle.
Anyway, we going.
yeah.
We are.
And so the three of them get up, and you can see they kind of like span out. One of them's a little behind you. One of them's like next to you. One of them's off to the side. And they're kind of like walking with you, laughing here and there. Taffy, the one who does all the talking, he tells jokes every now and again. Cutter is like constantly like what you're doing, Morgan, is always eyes this way, that way, this way, that way. You can see he definitely is sort of scanning the rocks. Mostly he seems focused to the east, right? And they came from what it sounds like, they came like over the mountain too, which is not an easy hike. Okay, so if you guys are happy to take them with you, then they're going with you.
Happy is a strong word to use there.
Some of you are happy.
Morgan
in
is
character. I'm happy.
jovial.
Yeah.
So she's all for
Everything's gonna be fine.
letting you guys do this.
someone else to tell the story of our heroism that we just finished up. We're gonna.
You guys saved a town from a demon, and now you're gonna turn these bad people to the good side. Is that what it is? Turn them to the light or whatever.
Snaggletooth's aura is just you come upon him with bad intentions, whether you're just a snarky teenager or listen, and then you just hang out in his aura
different
for
than a
a
snarky
while.
teenager.
Yeah, it is. Which is why I like that's one of my troubles. Is like at some point it should bite him. In fairness.
Okay.
But he's oblivious.
You I mean, it's really hard sometimes to like play mean to Snaggletooth. It's like Jeremy plays him so kind, so it's just like Jeff just gets to the point where I'm just like, I can't be mean. Being so nice. What the heck? I can't. No. Let me just stab him. That'd be fine. Okay, so you guys travel. You guys travel for the rest of the day, and it's a perfectly fine journey. Like no trouble. Like no one really, like Taffy talks like in talks and just doesn't stop talking.
I imagine
but definitely
and Snaggletooth have like
the two of them are just going
Taffy,
back and
this
forth.
is Oswald.
Like, Oswald, you named the crow? What the hell? Hey, hang on, Dan, I got something for you.
And he like pulls out of his pouch. He's got a big old lizard.
Yeah, see this guy right here? His name is Vern. Hey, Vern.
And he just kind of puts him up on his shoulder.
Yeah. He doesn't really make a lot of noise, but he eats a lot of insects and things.
Well, Vern, it is nice to meet you. Thank you for sharing that, Taffy. He's cool.
I mean, he's mine. I'm not really sharing.
Oh,
I'm
no,
showing
but for
his introduction.
Oh, no, but I appreciate that you trusted me enough to show me your special friend.
All right, now you're making it weird. You're making it weird. Okay, jeez. Come on, guy. I'm just showing you my lizard. Oh, God. No, that's not right.
You're funny.
What's happening?
And so that's much of the journey. Yeah. Is that type of journey. Eventually, though, it's not quite nighttime. So we'll say like late afternoon. We start passing by some farmlands, which should be familiar. And Snaggletooth, you catch the sight of one of your neighbors, and you can see like there is, similar to a little while ago, you can see that there is some smoke coming up from over by not the fields per se, not the house per se, but like this sort of dead area, and it's a lot. It's like this big plume of black smoke coming up, and not only that, but like it just smells awful. Like I'm not sure if any of you have ever rode past like sugarcane when they're burning sugarcane fields. It's just like, it's that kind of like, oh, like this rancid smell. But that's kind of what's on the air, and this seems a bit odd. Who would this be, Snaggletooth? Who's your neighbor?
I don't know. Delilah's the first name that came to my mind. I don't know why.
Well, no.
Okay.
It's Delilah's place.
So as you're moving past the road a bit, some of you are kind of covering your mouths, like definitely, Taffy's calling out, like,
Oh my God, this smells like my shit box. Oh, Jesus. Yeah.
like this and that. And then suddenly you see there is Delilah and some of her workers, whoever works on her farm, like maybe she's got family, kids, whatever. And you see like they're all carrying over what looks like these huge mounds of darkened, rotted like stalks. And you can see they're just kind of throwing him into this big old fire at this point. And she looks up and she sees you walking past, and she's like, hi, Snaggletooth.
Hey there, Delilah.
Hi. And it's kind of like waving you down, like, hi.
Yo, we gotta go see.
Okay, so you watch as Snaggletooth veers off. You see she starts coming over, and she's got she's all masked up, and she starts kind of pulling off these gloves, and she's like, "Oh God, where you been? I've been looking for you all day. Oh goodness, you got the same problem we are."
Oh, I haven't been back home for a couple of days. What's going on?
Oh, you better hurry up and check. There's some sort of I don't know what it is. Some sort of sickness going through the crops. And he's like, and she calls out like, hey, Jilly, come here. And you see like one of her kids, this like young, like maybe 7-year-old girl's like wandering over, and she's carrying like a big old stalk and tumbling left and right. And her mom snatches it out of her hands and she shows it to you. And it's like, and she puts it in your hands, and then she kind of peels it apart, and you just see like as it does so, it breaks apart, and this kind of blackened, rancid, rotten core just begins to spill out. It's all over my eastern fields, and it's down the southern fields. I've really just got this patch over here. Oh, well, I've lost almost everything.
Oh my gosh.
I'm not the only one. The Rutherfords. over there off to the west, 2 plots over. They've got the same thing. We don't even abut our lands, and they still got the same thing. We're not sure if it's some sort of insects or something in the soil. What am I going to do, Snaggle?
Shoot, I don't even know. I'll take a look and see my place too, and I don't really know how to take care of that. Maybe it's we do got some springs that run up around here. Things did kind of come, the earth was moving and shaking. Maybe that caused some of the springs to turn. Maybe something bubbled up but weren't no good for the crops. I just don't know.
Well, that sounds great. All of that sounds like possibilities, but I gotta clean it up first before it spreads to the one small plot I got left. You better hurry back.
I better do the
I don't want to see
same.
this happening to you.
I'll hope for the best, but be prepared for the worst. And as soon as I get a chance, I'll be out this way. Do whatever I can to help you out.
All right. I appreciate it. Wait. I've just got the boys and the girl.
And you can see like her maybe she's got like 3 kids. 2 of her sons are like kind of throwing stuff together.
Yeah.
Who knows where her husband is?
You know what? We're in luck because we got some fine, strong backs that have just showed up that they said they're going to be willing to help. So thank goodness for the timing of it. Taffy,
Karma.
Cutter, we sure are lucky to have you. Thank it. I knew it was a good day to meet you. Oh, thank goodness.
No,
I'm so glad you're here. When people are in need, that's sometimes when you find your opportunity. Oh,
Strong
God, I'm
folks
so
that
glad
can
you're
help.
here.
Absolutely.
Oh God! What's with the hugging? Oh God!
All right, we got work to do.
They
Better
keep
get
hugging.
hurrying.
I don't know why.
Roll a check to see if you can convince them to help out your neighbor.
Oh,
Okay.
help those in need, right? You get a new tag for that.
Inspire others. The new tag you just got. You just
Inspire others to help.
Yeah.
Help those in need. Heart of gold. I've already tapped easily exploited once. I don't think. Can you tap more than once in the same session? Or but probably shouldn't. I don't know.
No, I think it's fine.
Okay, then yeah, I'll totally
Yeah, like
I'll tap that again.
There is another one working against you in this case.
Okay.
On their side.
But I
Minus one
would
against
just
you.
because I feel that it's fair. Like these are clearly people that I think would take advantage of that tag. So that I would have a positive of +3, -1 of my own, and then potentially whatever else. So I'm currently at a 2 from my side.
All right, go for it.
Okay. 12. 10 + 2.
12.
And then minus whatever your
Hey.
thing is.
Okay. So 10 + 2, so it's still over 10. Okay. So quick outcome's fine. And like you're hugging him and he's like, "What's with the hugging?" Ah, jeez.
Even
And then
you,
Attic
Vern,
will step up.
keep an eye out for us.
And you like Vern eyes just going this way and that. Suddenly the tongue comes out and snatches like some sort of dragonfly out of the air and chomps down on it. But then Attic comes up and kind of rests a hand on Taffy's shoulder. She's like, "We'll be happy to help. Just point us to what we can do."
I'm like, well, that's great. That's so great. Thank you so much. Well, I need someone over there to start shuffling the piles over there, and then I need someone to go out with my boys over there.
And like you can see, she starts directing folks, and you watch as like Cutter and like the 2 teenage boys, and like he like puts his knives in his back, and he starts like marching off into the fields with him, and like you can see they're filling up this big cart, and so they're getting to work. So so what do you then do, Snaggletooth? Do you linger around to help, or do you check on your own, or do you head into town? What do you think Snaggletooth does?
Probably should check on my place too. I think it's
Okay.
important to help get this work done. Thank y'all so much. Just to let you know, the way to get to my place, you're gonna walk down that yonder. You see that tree? You take a left. It ain't that far.
Oh, don't worry. I'll make sure they find it. Don't worry. It's fine.
Thank you,
I'll
Delilah.
have one of the boys. I'll have one of the boys at Jilly walk them over.
I'm so sorry you're dealing with this, Delilah. Cutter, Haddock, Taffy. I'm so happy we met today. Thank you.
Bet you they're
And,
not.
Like, you could see like Taffy is just like, "Yeah, it's great. Oh goodness." And then they get to work. Okay, and so then Snaggle, you're going to go to your farm and check
Yeah.
out.
Jeremy,
What
I've
about
got
the rest of you? You guys are
thing that
Yeah, go
you're
ahead.
about. You
Kick-
should remember. You've got the elf plant that you're bribing them with.
Yeah, but that's just the nature is the nature.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm sure there will be consequences, but
I would say Morgan would go with Snaggletooth. Like they do a lot of their hanging out together, so I think Morgan would want to go with Snaggletooth and see the state of the farm.
He's got twin now. Okay, so the two of you are going to the farm. You guys are close enough to Isvik where you guys no longer have to stay together. You can go back to your house. You can go back to your home. You can go check on town. You can do whatever you want at this point. So it's like you're kind of free. So where would Kick go? What do we think?
Kick would sort of wave at Morgan and Snaggletooth. I'll check town and I'll bring my cart out here just so I'll get some blacksmithing done in the evening, but I'll come and bring it over and get some help here for you as well. But let's figure out if anything worse is happening in town and just get some news.
Sounds good. Okay. Sounds good. You know where to find us.
I'll follow Kick
so
to
at this
town.
Point,
we've got to update the mayor.
Yeah, you guys have like roads and stuff you can follow as well too. Like you're close enough. Sorry, Long. I talked over you. Go ahead.
It's all right. I'm going into town. We got to meet the mayor. Tell her what you learned.
Lloyd will tell the mayor. She doesn't like me much. I know I lost the tag, but Kick doesn't let go of that very easily.
Right.
Okay. All right. So you guys, so we see Morgan and Snaggletooth taking one fork in the road off towards where Snaggletooth's farm is. And we see Lloyd and Kick taking the other that's going to head further north up to where Isvik is along the river, or the fjord, I should say. And I'll say that the two of you, we'll say you two, we'll go to town first. So we'll say Kick, Lloyd, you guys arrive. It's not quite nighttime. It's still late afternoon, early evening. So there's still maybe an hour of light left or so. From what you can immediately tell, work has continued in your absence for the past 2 days or so on repairing some of the damages from the first fall festival. It looks like that whoever has put the work in has completely demolished the general store, and they are rebuilding it from scratch. And so you see like framing and such going on. And then it looks like there's a lot of similar things happening over at Old Morth's Tavern. You can see that the one whole side of the tavern that just got lit up because Snaggletooth threw incendiary juice onto the side of the tavern during the fire. You can see that has been effectively removed, and you can see that there's like tarps and stuff that are covering it here and there. So there's definitely seems like there's work going on, and yeah, it's, at first glance it doesn't look like there's anything out of the ordinary. There's still cracks in the ground, and you can tell people have tried to smooth and level that off. The grain, like the grain haul at the end of the long run that looked like it was going to tip over. Like there's a very clear and kind of ugly looking frame that has been built around it, but it doesn't look like it's in any danger of tipping over. The people of Isvik seem to have come together and been very industrious about repairing some of the damages. So start with Kick. Kick, where would you go? What would you do?
She would go with Lloyd to the mayor. Not you know what? Nope. We're gonna go and harass Poe. Yes, you're right, Morgan.
Okay.
I need to go harass Poe.
Did you, did you send that somewhere?
No. Melissa's giving me the shake and then the nod.
He's always bugging that old dude.
You're like, I'm not going to go to the mayor. I was like, no.
I need to go bother Poe about all the stuff.
Oh, we'll pay a visit to Poe. Oh, come along.
You're going to do it too? You're both going to do it? You sons of bitches. Okay. Just don't want me to have a voice tomorrow. Okay. So you head over to the house of two, which is the equivalent of a church. We'll say it's the middle of the week. It's not a night when services are being held or anything like that. When you approach, one of the things you notice is that it looks as though all the windows are covered. Like you can't really see inside. You go up to the door. Do you just barge in or do you knock?
No.
Okay. You push the door open, and at first it feels like the door might have been locked. Any other person might have stopped, but you just kind of throw into it. You hear something snap on the other side, and then you see a door. You see as you push the door open, you see a small wooden chair fall down, broken into pieces. It looks as though he might have might have at some point put a chair underneath here.
Who put a
And
chair
you see,
here?
again-
That's an unusual thing to do.
And when you go inside, you can see there's a series of lanterns that are hanging up here and there, giving the whole room light. There is a hole in the middle of the floor where it looks like floorboards have been removed. Okay. And then there is on one side where all the stacks of the floorboards are neatly piled. On the other side, there's like a stack of dirt, like in dust, like dusty dirt and everything. This kind of pale color. And then you see on the far side of the hole, there are a series of like tables like pushed together, and you can see there is Poe sleeping. You can see there's a big old a big old growler of booze, and there's stacks and stacks of like dusty looking crates and boxes and things. And there's also like some scrolls and some tomes and stuff like that.
Should we be bothering him? He seemed busy.
We have important information. Do you have a candle? I'm curious about this weird hole he's decided to dig in his room for some reason.
Of course, I got one. Here we are.
Throw it down. Let's see what's down there.
It's a fairly shallow hole. It's maybe just a couple feet deep. It's fairly big. I would say putting two and two together, you would look at the dusty crates that he has stacked on the tables. Likely he had hidden something there. It's not like a separate room or anything.
Lloyd, I'm going to keep him up to date on everything. If you wanted to take a look at what he's been getting into, I think I'll distract him so he can't really stop you if you want.
I am a bit curious.
Go for it.
Hidden in the middle of his
knock on the table that Poe is passed out on. Aye, Poe. Aye, we're back. We're back, Poe.
What?
Yeah, we're back.
Aye.
Aye.
Oh, what are you trying to do?
For some reason, there was a chair on the other side of your door. Anyway, it's broken now.
What? I was trying to keep people out and leaving me be. What are you doing? That's like the third chair I broke this week. Oh, goodness. First Morgan. Right now you...
Poe, we had to head up to... we
What?
encountered a few demons now, and you're... I'm
sorry,
Yeah,
I do want to stress, by the way, you guys, you are country yokels, so like encountering a demon, it should be like this, like ridiculously.
Yes,
life-changing
I know
thing,
I'm underplaying it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's important. That's why I knocked your door in a little bit, but
You try knocking on the door instead of knocking it in.
no, why'd I do that? It's important
Because
information.
that's called privacy.
Important
and
information here, Poe.
respecting
There was a
elders.
demon there, and you need to hear about it.
What?
Aye.
Demon?
In Tor
You know,
Hollow.
like... What?
Aye.
Oh, you're doing all right.
Hang on. I'm tired.
And you can tell it looks like he's got big rings under his eyes, like he's been up a lot.
Aye. We
Probably
heard
not
that
getting a lot of
Tor
sleep.
Hollow had a stone the same that Ysvig did. So we went and took a look at it after we talked to Auntie Eldrin, because we thought maybe it might be important, and they might also need a warning because of the weirdness that's going on around the signs of not goodness.
And why are you telling me all this? Oh,
Aye, because you're a father.
I mean, it's the title. It's
Aye.
I mean, it's not really.
And
That's
you
just what
learn
they
it.
call me.
And you know
out here,
magic.
and-
And you can
Oh,
read the
well.
signs, just like Auntie Eldrin, even if you do run
Okay,
away
all
from
right,
us.
I get it. Oh, goodness gracious, God.
And you're supposed to be responsible
Lloyd.
about this stuff. It's your duty.
No, where's that?
It's your
written?
job.
Where
It's your
is
job.
that?
It's in the
No.
job description.
No, it's not. No one pays me for anything.
Aye,
I don't
you
get paid.
chose to do it by your title.
I didn't choose. No, it's not even a talk. Not even
Give us some advice.
ignorant yokels. Oh, what's that, Lloyd?
Just give us some advice. So we translated it. Maybe a bit of an omen from the Unmaker.
Oh,
if you have any
aye.
meaning towards it.
The second stone
Good
said
trade.
something like all veins run dry, all peaks give way, the earth's deep bone give way, yada yada. So
And like you get halfway through telling it, and he like finishes it, and he's like mumbles under his breath.
There's these bones are broken.
and
Oh.
Snaggletooth has charmed a bunch of thieving kind to help him at the farm. You know how he is, come from the gravel pit, and they said they hadn't seen a stone like the ones that we were describing. Hadn't, which means they had.
Now. Could be a lot. Doesn't have to be a stone. It could show up.
Oh,
lots of different places. The signs.
Does it mean anything?
What other signs would it be than a stone?
Of course, it means something. Someone. Too many questions at once. Everyone, just calm down. I can't get a word in edgewise. If you want to ask questions, but then you got to give me room to talk.
Okay. I'll be quiet now.
Now, what are we talking about?
Aye, so we found the stone in the mine.
A bunch of folk.
Aye. Snaggletooth doing Snaggletooth, yay. So we went.
Did you see Jack?
Jack?
Haven't seen it since we left.
No.
Neither have I. And that's problematic. What day is today? How long you been gone?
2 days. It's the evening of the second day.
Got it. Yeah. Did it rain today?
Did it rain today?
It's been dry.
It's been. We heard the sounds of thunder from the. Well, Morgan claims to hear thunder.
Fog.
Which sounded like waves.
Was there fog? Fog. Was there fog today?
No.
Okay. All right.
I think that was all the other day before.
A little bit of time.
There was a big rainstorm when we were with Auntie Eldrin and all that jazz, and there was fog then too. So we did see it, but just not today.
What did she say?
Oh, a bunch of yada yada. You talked to Morgan about it. She really hung off her words and found some weird, crazy voodoo dolls of us.
What?
So anyway, she had a pit of dead people in the back. It might be something you should look into because that doesn't seem natural.
You're very difficult to talk to. You're just throwing out it's just one thing after another. Slow down. Lloyd, how have you been?
It's been a bit scary. I think I've learned so many things just in these 2 days.
And then he suddenly stops for a second as he looks over and he sees Kick. You have this marking on your neck.
Where did you get that?
So we fought a demon down in the cave in Tor Hollow. I mentioned it. Well, it was a terrible sort and it hurt a lot, but it had some of the miners and we owed them to rescue them. So we did our best regardless. Morgan fished them out of the air. Well, Snaggletooth and I threw a bit of more.
I asked a simple question. I just said, where'd you get it from? I don't need your whole lot story. Oh my goodness gracious.
So Snaggletooth and I threw some mortar and water into it, and it caused it to.
No, I was untouched.
And we cut from that scene. If you're not gonna have it.
Sorry.
So Snaggletooth, Morgan, you reach the farm. Do you have any workers? Do you think your family is around? Do you have any workers or anything?
So they might sometimes. So under my Beaverkin, my trouble is actually that for better or worse, relatives do Beaverkin do sometimes come. But I imagine Beaverkin tend to kind of. Yeah, they just kind of go with the flow of the river, so they don't stay. But it'll be this sort of thing. One branch of the family shows up, and they do help, and they take some stuff, but sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth.
Okay. Do you think they would be here, or do you think you left it by yourself or by itself?
I think he just left, but it would be fun if they were.
Okay.
Got a cousin hanging out.
Yeah,
we'll say when you arrive, you see lights first of all, and that's something. And then you hear the sound. What do you do? Do you think they play music or something?
Yes.
What might
I think it's very loud, obnoxious music.
Okay, so you hear this loud strings and flutes and stuff playing and everything, and
one of those twangy mouth harp type things or something.
And you just see you just see chaos. You see all the different carts and stuff kind of parked this way or that. One or two of your farm animals is just wandering. It's no longer hitched properly. It's just kind of wandering past you down the road and kind of nuzzles against you as it walks past. And then you could see Oswald lifts off your shoulder, flies up into the air, and starts kind of coasting around. And you know that this is very much the sign that your family is here.
What you got going on? You've been all chatty all morning, and now you're just gone quiet.
Well, I love them dearly, but every time they show up, they help, and I should help them, but they always, I feel like I'm a perfect good Beaverkin, but just because I like being up here on the land with y'all, I think that's fine, but sometimes I love my family, but they got a way of making me feel less than when they visit.
Well, we've talked about this before. You know you're a good person, and they can't make you feel otherwise. You know that you do the right thing, and you laugh, and you just remember, like, water off a duck's back, water off a beaver's back.
I'm perfectly good Beaverkin. That's right.
But you're all right. And if it's Mo, we have so much fun together.
Oh, that's
he's a good drinking buddy.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, he's a pro. Oh man, I bet y'all
got yourself worked up already, and we ain't even seen him yet. Look at your face.
I ain't worked up.
You're
worked up. No,
and then you hear a crash. You see someone getting thrown out of one of your windows in your little farmhouse. And you see rolling around outside, and they're like, ah!
That was a good toss. It was. That was a really good. Snaggle? Snaggle, is that you son of a bitch? Get out over here.
Yeah.
You see, like, this beaver.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's good to see you too.
And this beaver kid like wanders over towards Morgan. It's like,
it's so great to see you. Oh wait, that's not right.
Yeah, it's fine. Bring it in. It's Mo, right?
What? Mole? I'm a beaver kid, not a mole. Do I look like a mole?
Oh, must be your other cousin, Mo.
That's every day with Snaggletooth. They all end in Y.
They do? Oh my gosh. I'm just saying that because you're so much more handsome than me, and I gotta be petty.
Alright. Well, if you put it that way, I suppose everything's fine. Now come on inside, Mama. Wants to probably see you.
Ma, oh gosh. Okay, Ma's here.
Yeah, of course. Why would he be here? He's coming home.
Oh, lucky me. Okay.
And then you go inside and you see there's maybe a dozen beaverkin that have made themselves so incredibly at home. Everything is a mess. You can see like the kitchen is just gone through all of your herbs, all of your stores, all of your jars. Everything has been open. People are eating. People are drinking. People are like sleeping in your bed on all your, like, it's just like they're everywhere right now. When you come in, everyone's like, Snaggle! And everyone gets up and kind of comes over and huddles around you and starts giving you big hugs and things. And that's what we see.
Hey, so good to see all of y'all.
This is just, it warms my heart to see all of these people just sharing meals together and sharing good drinks together. And looks like you started the party without us.
Oh, yeah, that is a good thing. And I see somebody got a heck of a toss over there through the window.
And then you see, like, coming out, it's like,
that was Cousin Jimmy. Jimmy, come on out here.
And you see, and the last time you saw Cousin Jimbo, like, Cousin Jimbo was a tiny little beaver kid. And now they come out, and they're, like, big and swole. And they're, like, coming in. They're walking through.
That can't be Jimbo.
Hey, Cousin Snaggletooth.
Jimbo?
Yeah, I don't go by Jimbo anymore, though. I go by Jim. I'm an adult now.
Wow. Are you sure you ain't just somebody who ate Jimbo?
Yeah, no, come on. Stop it.
Oh,
not that big.
Well,
and he's that big.
Goodness gracious, look at the shoulders on you, child. Well, at least I know there's going to be somebody who can take over the work here if something ever happens to me. Look at you now.
What do you mean something's
gonna happen to you? And you see, like, your mom comes waddling out now.
No, nothing. And Snaggletooth is like, good, like, despite the fact his fur is burned and there's no way to hide it, he's doing the thing where he like I remember having a cousin once who got a tattoo and tried to like always angle himself so that his dad couldn't see the tattoo. That is what Snaggletooth is trying to do, to twist himself around so that the mom doesn't see the branding.
Okay. So if you intentionally try to cover it up, I feel like you can probably cover it up for now. Okay. So we go through and we meet like the dozen members of your family. We don't have to figure out all their names. And I'm not role playing them all. So we'll say we meet all 12 of Snaggletooths. You get like all sorts of this wonderful back and forth. Like the stories are told. They tell you a story about like they've been traveling through like this river, like didn't let them pass, and that like things are the waters are weird. Stuff's not making any sense. Like they're telling like weird stories left and right. This way, that, and the other. But you do notice that the sun is going down, and so if you wanted to check your crops.
Yeah, I feel like Morgan at some
probably
point
best to do that
might kind of tap on his shoulder, and I hate to break up the family reunion, but I think we've got to check. I don't think any of these folks have been walking the grounds and making sure everything's all right.
Well, it's true. I'm so sorry. I do need to make rounds. So one of the neighbors, they got some rot in their fields, and I need to check for that. And if there is something, I need to take action. And I know I just saw it, and I'll come right back. Yeah. But I'm so sorry to have to step out right after we see, but if I don't, You
want me to help?
So like
Jim
steps up.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if something's gonna need to get hauled,
and it's one of those moments where he's like looking at you pleadingly, like, please get me out of here. Like,
you want some help?
Well, if there is trouble, it's probably gonna be more than I can carry on my own. You're worth about 4 of me, so.
Oh, hey, come on, Jim.
Please.
Stop it. And so like the 3 of you go out, you start looking around. And I'll tell you this, it's your fields. It doesn't require any special roles. This is your place. You do notice a couple things. You will notice that there are huge sections of your fields that have suffered the same pestilence or whatever it might have been that suffered that Delilah's farm had. You still have some left, like it's not all gone, but there's a good chunk of it that seems to have been. I would probably say half the fields maybe have suffered. But when you check on your special crop, you notice that it is perfectly pristine and there's not a single issue. But there is one strange oddity that you notice, is that all around that section, you notice that on the ground, like piled up, like this little ring, there are like hundreds of like these bugs, like big dragonflies, locusts, something like that, that they're all just kind of piled up, the carcasses of these bugs, the husks of these bugs, almost like creating a circle around this sort of special field that you make for the elves, each one of them.
Would you look at that?
Huh.
Right? It's like when you've got the line of seaweed almost when it like comes up off the shore. It's got just a line right there.
That is real strange.
Do you put some special fertilizer on it or something?
No, I don't. That ain't normal. I ain't never done nothing to try and kill off no bugs. That's real strange. And, I don't really talk to the elf kind about it too much. It's kind of those things where, like, I agreed, do what I can do, and figured the less I ask about it, the better, but that might warrant a question or two next time.
Well, and more than a question or two. I mean, that's not a special section of ground or nothing. It's not like it's too far apart. That's things like that you don't see every day.
There's a spring over there that's nearby. I don't know why it is the way it is. Oswald, don't you go eating none of them bugs. So I don't know what caused them to be like that.
Too late. You see Oswald is already on the ground. Like, in like a segment, a bug drops out of his mouth. And so, as the two of you are mulling this ring of dead insects, we cut back and we see Poe, we see Kick, who is filling in with every detail about the time spent in Tor Hollow, and he's just kind of like looking and trying to figure out what's up with your brand, and then he'll look over to you, Lloyd, like,
do you have one of those?
Luckily, I was unharmed. It should maybe would.
What? Should you? Well, no, you don't have one. You shouldn't be worried. No. Kick? Yes, you should be very worried.
Aye.
What about the other two?
Aye.
The others share the brand as well.
That's not good. That's going to make things more difficult. So, okay. These Gravel Bay folks. What did they say? They said that they.
Oh, they said they hadn't seen the markings before.
Yeah. So I've seen them on the whale. I've seen them in the mine. I saw them up at the henge. That's 3.
Oh, you saw them on the henge?
Yes, I did. They're at the henge. They weren't there a few weeks ago, but they were there a day ago. So they're popping up left and right. This is not good. This is not good at all. And you still haven't seen Jack. He's not back yet.
Aye, not since you sent him into the woods, I think.
I sent him to see the elves. He's not back yet. It could be a good thing.
Aye, Lloyd, have you seen Jack?
Could be a good thing.
Not since we left.
Mm.
And then you hear, like, you start to hear like shouts from outside. You start to hear like nothing like not screams of pain, like I'm dying, like shouts, like something's going on. Like you're like hey, and then when you listen at the window, you're like, hey, ship's coming. We got sails. So like people are kind of calling out here and there, and you guys would know that you don't really get ships. You guys haven't really got one in quite some time.
Oh.
And so, and then you can tell like Poe is like thinking, and he's like looking at like the translation that you gave him of that you like kind of unfurl in front, and that's when you notice when you look down that he has all these tomes and all these unfurled scrolls, and you can see that in front of you, just like the alphabet that you have, you see all this like print, like this old text, these scrolls like that are like stabbed down into the wood to keep them from bunching back up. Big old tomes that have been broken open, like things that look like not like weeks old, but like decades, hundreds of years old. And all of the script on them is old tongue script. None of it looks like anything that you guys would use today. And he's just like kind of going through it, and you can tell he's been reading. He's got like a little notebook over here, and you can tell like there's also in like this little footlocker right next to them, like there are these like it's maybe the size of like a large suitcase basically, and you can see that there's all these random little items and things like little keepsakes and tchotchkes and things. And he's always been kind of shady about he doesn't really he's very avoidant, as you guys have all noticed. Like he doesn't really like to talk. He just likes to drink. Like, and that's why you guys get along, because we've always just drank together. We haven't barged in on each other. We haven't poked around on each other's sides. We just drink together. I don't know what the hell's happening lately.
Yeah.
And so you can see he's got all this kind of stuff. You see like these old robes of some kind. You see like these like weird medals and chains and like insignias and stuff. And like and he doesn't seem to be paying attention to it right now, as his attention is affixed to this large like array. And then you notice that there is like a map that has been drawn, and you can see the familiar fjord kind of cutting through. You can see like Isvig, and you can see like a mark where the ancient henge is, and you can see like he's like marked various places, not unlike what Auntie Eldrin did, right? And that's when like the calls from outside, like ships coming, sails coming, things like that. What do you guys do?
There's a ship coming. We don't get much of that.
I know. I'm
gonna go check it out.
And Kick will kind of look indecisive. All right, Lloyd, do you think Morgan is going to hear that call from out here, or are we going to have to? Maybe we ought to go
Word
get
might
her
fly
and then
across
go
town.
to the ships.
She might have made it there while we were talking with Poe here.
Okay. Let's head out to the ships then and take a look.
So
I'll kind of put the
so the two
door
of you
back
go
in
outside?
place.
Okay. So you put the door's fine. I think the door's okay. I think it's the
chair behind the door.
is like in tatters.
Okay.
Just in tatters. So he's just like, I'll fix you. You start piecing the legs back into the slots. So if you guys run outside and you can see like there is like this slow procession of people, the sun's going down. It's definitely evening, and you can see the horizon, like to the west on the horizon over the western mountains. You can see the sun is beginning to sink. There's just enough like light to kind of give this sheen across the town, across the water, and you can see everyone's slowly moving towards the shores, towards the docks. You can see people, like some folks are out in their boats, some folks are out on the piers, and when you look up, it's unmistakable. It is probably the largest boat that any of you maybe have ever seen, or at least the two of you have ever seen. Maybe Morgan's seen something bigger, but you see what looks like this massive ship. And it is like slowly moving down. It's probably about a mile off still, but it's so large, and there's these big rippling sails, and it looks like the sails themselves, like it has this kind of like a twilight color to it, like this sort of purplish color to it. And you can see in the middle of it there is this like silvery sigil that looks like just a series of like these interlocked spirals that are kind of linking together. And as you're looking at it, Morgan, you recognize literally those interlocked sigils, those little interlocked things, was one of the medallions that you saw coming and hanging out of the chains inside of Poe's footlocker. And I think that's where we're going to stop for tonight.
Yay.
And we'll pick up there next time.
Hey.
Hooray.
There we go.
Rangers at the shore.
You also called me Morgan again.
I do it all the time.
What if it was Morgan?
I don't know why I do that. I have no idea why I can't.
You're just a natural twin, is what it is.
Apparently, eventually, we'll all have the
twinned the
twin
wrong way.
connections. I've got twin with Snaggletooth.
Right.
Next, we'll have twin with Morgan, and then Lloyd is going to have to be twin with Snaggletooth.
Yeah, but it's different types of twins. Like we've got the DeVito Schwarzenegger.
Yeah.
You guys kind of have the whole like you've kind of like you wore the same sweater sort of twin.
And Morgan is going to be so very interested in the fact that there is a ship coming in.
Oh yeah, I really thought about like spending the time to come get you, but I don't know if it's a timed thing.
No, I mean definitely going and looking at the commotion definitely makes
The
sense.
character would have been so excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's not like it takes a while for those things to turn around. So
yeah, it'll be here for a bit.
Yeah. Okay. So
Nice.
let's do a couple closing plugs and we'll get on out of here. Let's see. First up, HuckleberryRPG.com. Our dear friend Steven's game is going up on BackerKit this coming Tuesday. So you should go follow the BackerKit right now, and you can do that. And so that on Tuesday the 7th, you will be one of the first to be notified when it goes live. You can back it. You can get some fancy, awesome loots, not just a physical copy of the book, but all sorts of these other little things: dice trays, dice tray accessories, a big cool bag, cards, stuff, lots of stuff. I should probably know this better because he's shown me a lot of those pictures already. But it's awesome. So you should definitely come support it. In terms of streaming schedule, I think the next 2 days we're kind of not sure yet. And then in terms of what's going to be on the stream, Monday, though, we'll be back to doing some more We're in Danger as it's spooky season. So we're going to do a couple We're in Danger one-shots to both play out my little game, but also just have fun with like random Halloween horror shit. And it's going to be a lot of fun. Tuesday, what are we playing, Kipster?
We are playing Hardwired Island, which is where Long by Jeff is playing a cyberpunk millennial who is currently racing down the side of a 150-story building tower
On roller skates.
on rollerblades.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, roller skates.
Pretty good. Really good at finances, rhythm dancing, anime, and what do we call it again? Legion of Lancers.
Yes.
Is that the game I play? Is that my only
Yep.
game? Yeah, pretty good. Yep. But I don't play AD carry because like that role sucks. I play jungle, of course, because that's the best role.
So if you want to see
Anyhow,
Jeff is long, Tuesdays.
Yeah. It's great. It's basically Long and Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, that's true.
Mashed up.
Into one person. That's basically what it's become. Yeah. It's like, what? Whoa. It's a lot of fun.
Mhm.
All right. That's it for us, though. We're going to get out of here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. We'll see you all later. Have a good rest of your night. Bye-bye.
Very well.